we want to talk a little bit about love with Alex.
Yes.
Alex style.
Alex style love is a completely different beast.
Yes. Well, now what's interesting here is I saw he did this amazing video about
flirting.
About flirting.
And it was
Wasn't that fun?
incredible.
Yes.
It was really, I've told so many people about that.
That video has gotten a lot of views.
I think I sent a lot of people that way. I mean, it really encapsulates it perfectly and explains what's going on.
You know, and it's interesting because the information that at least I've been told, and I'm pretty sure everyone's told because I hear it in movies, I hear it from parents, I hear it from older people, I hear it from girls that you ask, don't ask anyone for advice about this stuff because it's always wrong.
You're right. Well,
it's always wrong. Like,
that's true.
In very rare instances, someone's has an actual understanding of how things work, and they're able to articulate it. But usually they have this romanticized version of what should work.
Well,
and
we like to
never
create
does.
what works.
Yes.
You know, we like to make. That's called romantic.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is what I wish would have happened with me, but it's never happened with me. But I think this is how it should happen. And if you do this. And that's the advice that's given. But the problem is when you give that advice, it doesn't work. In fact, if you show up, here's an example. If you show up at someone's window after they've said they never want to talk with you again, and you're playing guitar in the middle of the night, not good. Does not result in kisses and making up. Results in the police being called.
Have you done that?
I have not done that.
You speak from experience, it sounds like.
I've never done that because I don't play guitar. But
okay.
What about the speaker over your head? If you hold the speaker over your head.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. That never works.
No.
It
works
I've
in the
never
movies.
tried it.
It works in the movies.
It could work, but it's not the reason that it worked. You know what I mean? If it's gonna work, you could have just gone there later, the next day and said, you know what I mean? If it was gonna work, it was gonna work any way you do it.
Well, let's talk about that though, because what you're mentioning is something I think is interesting. Is that there's a certain, there's a certain aspect of love that's very seat of your pants. That's like
in the moment.
There's an in the moment quality to love that probably is difficult for someone on the spectrum.
Yeah, it's very hard to be spontaneous for a lot of individuals on the spectrum. And I think that also part of it is people on the spectrum have this script of how it should go. And if it doesn't go with this script, then they can't operate. When in reality, they need to be more dynamic. And it's hard to teach that, but I think that just by practicing, you can do that.
I think we're all guilty of that to a certain extent.
Yes, that's the thing. And that's why when you get advice from someone, they might give the advice that doesn't work.
Well, that's true. You can ask 10 people the same question and get 10 different responses.
And you know what?
As to what you should do.
And one of those responses might work for one girl, and then the next response might work for another girl, but they would not work for every girl or every guy.
Because you're talking about different. Actually, what you're talking about is basically a blueprint of your entire history with your parents and all that. And it's very complicated.
Well, here's an example. You could walk into a bar, say the exact same thing in the exact same way to every single girl in the bar. I guarantee you that some of the girls will walk away and discuss. Some of the girls will fall in love with you, and some of the girls will just continue talking to you just because they don't really care.
Well, now you're talking about the law of averages. So
that's my point, though. There's no one way that works.
No, I think there are certain guys who go in and do that kind of thing, who go into a bar and will say that pickup line to 20 of the women in the bar, and hope for that one response, that one positive response. Right? It's a numbers game.